Alright, we're pulling into Illiniwek Forest Preserve. When you pull in, the main entrance, you can turn left or right. They have a nice sign in the middle that says if they're open or closed. It says trails currently open. The turn to the left has more parking available. A lot of people pull over here. The other side, you kind of parallel park along the grass, but here you can just turn on in. Either way you pull in has a nice map available for you to look at. And then when you go on these trails, these are the signs you'll see. You can't really get lost on these trails. They're marked pretty well. And this tells you the travel direction because it changes during the week. So today is Thursday, so I'll be following the blue. This place is only about a total of 5 miles. It has a south system and a north system. Both loops kind of start off with a decent climb, and then you do a little loop on top, and then you come back down. All right, I was gonna start with the south loop because that's what I always start with, but I think the only 2 other mountain bikers that I could tell that are here went to the south loop just now. So we're just going to start over on the north and maybe have this to ourselves. And I was just about to mention that we've been having so much rain and storms and haven't been having time to ride or the chance to ride because the trails have been closed, and that there might be some trees down, but I'm going to deal with it because I wanted to get out. It's also about 100 degrees today with the humidity, so that might slow me down today too, but I would honestly rather die from heat right now than boredom in the house. I might change my mind on that later. I knew to expect trees down though, because the trails around here, they do a good job of updating their website. So they updated that the trails are open, but that there were trees down on the north loop. So I was expecting that, man. So you're gonna hear me breathing hard. I usually start the north loop second because it starts off with this climb with a few switchbacks. Usually like to get warmed up before I go straight into this. So these trails are maintained by QC Fork. They have I think it's called QCfork.com. I can link it in the description. The website that shows all the trails in the QC. You know what? I'm gonna talk about this once I'm up this hill and I'm not breathing so dang hard. They have an overlook area here of the Mississippi. This trail's in Hampton, Illinois. It's northwest Illinois. All right, so that's a one-way, and we're gonna go right because I haven't done the trail on top yet. Did the climb up, and now we got a loop up top here to do before we take that one way. These are the closest trails to my house. They're very close. Sometimes I ride my bike to them, and I think they're one of my favorites. I would say it's not too many crazy features here or anything, but it's just very smooth. I like smooth. It's very smooth, flowy. Right now looks like They maybe haven't weed whacked the edge of the trails in a while, but honestly it's not too bad. Just a couple of sections. I got long socks so it doesn't bother me, and I don't sorry about that, and I don't blame them, because it's been just raining here all the time, and when it's not raining it's over 100 degrees, so I'm not surprised that it's getting a little overgrown. So yeah, real quick, I'll mention that website again now that I'm not breathing super hard. They have a website that kind of shows all the tracks that are local to me in the Quad Cities, and they're right when you go on their website, they're listed on the screen to the left, and they're either, I think, red if they're not open and green if they're open, and sometimes they're yellow. Like today, this one was marked yellow, saying caution, there's trees down on the north loop. So lately they've been very good. There's a tree on the north loop. They've been very good at excuse me, hopefully that didn't mess up the camera, at updating their stuff, which is awesome. So earlier when I was at the map, I think I mentioned that it's pretty hard to get lost on these trails, and I mean, I know these trails like the back of my hand. It's not that big of a place, and I've been here quite a bit, and I still stick to that. I'm not lying, but my dad did tell me a story not that long ago. Him and his girlfriend came here, and she did somehow on this loop up here just keep doing it over and over and over, and she she was starting to panic because she couldn't find her way back down to the parking lot. So he had to come back up and save her. I think he went down and realized that she was not she shouldn't have been so far behind. She should have been there. So he had to go back up and figure out where the heck she was and if she was okay. But I'll show you. I'm sure I know maybe where, I mean, I don't know where else it would have been. So I think I know where she would be passing, that she was supposed to be going down. And I'll show you. I mean, I would think most people would not miss it. There's a sign there. But I've definitely been to places that don't have that many signs, and maybe can go both ways. Seems like most parks have switched to one direction, but yeah, I've definitely been to places where I get a little lost. All right, so this is that big sign you would come up to each time you do a loop up here, and this has got to be the only spot that my dad's girlfriend would miss. You come up and it says return to parking lot or keep doing what you've been doing. So keep doing what you've been doing. You're gonna be up here all day like she was. Return to parking lot, you'll return to the parking lot. I mean, I could try to be a little nice and say maybe she came from this way, maybe she couldn't read that return to parking lot, but I would think if you come up to a Y, you'd look at this post, take a look, and try a different way than you've been going. All right, that's me sounding like a butt face. I'm just joking around. She's very nice and smart. I have to say nice things in case she watches this. Maybe she's been biking a lot and she was exhausted and overtraining and couldn't think straight. She couldn't see through the tears. She was crying up here for hours. All right. Woohoo. All right, you gotta be careful here. Some people might shoot over that if you're not too experienced. I've had a friend that I brought here and she had to get off and walk that. All right, so this is a downhill. It's nice and smooth. It's a little tight, probably tight for some people, but it's fun. I just kind of coast through at my level, I can kind of coast, and maybe I tap my brakes a couple times. Oh, maybe like right there. But definitely a fun downhill. If you see a lot of cars here, it's an area that I might try to make noise while I'm going down the hill. In case there's walkers, you'll be coming up fast on them. To a 180. All right. That's already the end of the downhill. I mean, it's not crazy long, but it's fun. Nothing major happens the rest of this trail here. This is just a little trail that ends up taking you to the parking lot that I parked in. All right. So if you come from the north loop to the south, you don't go to the left here. That's gonna be the way we come out. You just go straight across. And this is the other area you could park in if you turned right when you came in instead of turning left like I did. And there's another sign over here that will, it's just a map of the same map that I showed you in the beginning. A map of the park. So this is just like the other side. We're going to be starting with that uphill soon. All right, so currently going up the south side hill. I'm probably not going to record much of it because you don't need to hear me huffing and puffing and dying. Okay. Ah, mosquitoes. Okay, we made it to the top of the south loop. And if it was me, my opinion is this would be the most confusing place. If it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, take a right. That's easy. If it's Thursday like today, you take a left. And don't go straight. It's legit. Take a left, like 180 it. There's even a sign here that shows you where you are. 180 it. Then there's another sign that says return to parking lot. Or there's another blue one that says go straight. That's a one-way. So yeah, just keep going straight if you just got up here. Because if you return to parking lot, you'll realize that you just went up and right back down and missed all this good trail up here. Which, you know, isn't that long of a trail system, so sometimes I do the whole thing, then I'll just go up and down that hill because it's a fun downhill. That's what's kind of good about this place being a little smaller. They're good trails, and sometimes you want to do, you know, whatever your favorite section is more than once. So they're short enough where you can select if you want to do a certain loop over again. Sometimes I prefer these loops up top because it's not, there's no crazy uphill climbing, and at the same time there's no super crazy fun downhills or anything, but it just kind of goes up and down, weaves in and out, has that nice flow. Ooh. I don't know if you've noticed, I didn't even think about it. This trail, you know, doesn't really have how a lot of mountain bike trails will have beginner, intermediate, expert, black diamond, you know, green, blue, black diamond, double diamond, triple diamond, quadruple diamond, death, whatever. This doesn't have that. I mean, I would rate this whole trail as a intermediate, and like some beginners, like, is there a such thing as advanced beginners? You know, you getting close to your intermediate status. All right, I am super bummed. This isn't the first time I've done this. Over half this ride, I've been just talking to myself and I recorded the times where I wasn't supposed to be recording. Anyway, whatever. So we entered in the main area. There's actually a part up here you can park too. I don't know if they probably do update this. It says green right now for trails open, but I don't think too many people use this upper parking lot. When you type in this place on your GPS, it probably takes you to the main entrance. I'm dying, but I gotta do it. Gotta do it for the viewers. even though I literally have 0 views on my videos. I just got this dang GoPro, so I'm just posting videos for the heck of it. So I was considering going to the other trail that wasn't far from here in the same day, but it was over 100 degrees today. I'm getting worn out. I've lost all my footage, so I'm probably going to be here a little bit longer than I expected. So there we go. It's my excuse to just do Illiniwek today. But yeah, I did that once. Rode from my house, did this trail, rode to the other trail, and rode back to my house. I don't remember how many miles that was. I want to say I made sure I got about 30 miles in that day, because they do a fork. The organization that takes care of these trails, Fork, they do a fork enduro, and that is a 100-mile ride, which hits, I think there's six trail systems around here, and you ride the woods I'm not thinking straight right now. You ride the streets in between those. I'm not thinking straight because we just made it to that part that I said could get confusing. You come back here, and now that we did the loop up top, we're going to do the fun downhill that gets us back down the parking lot, and we'll be done. But I won't be done because I lost half my footage on the other side. Hey, they fixed this corner. That was out for a while. Oh shit, that was down. We're not completely blocking it. All right, let's take straight back to the car. Okay, this is me making my way back up the North Loop. So you can go ahead and skip the rest of this if you want to, but I figured since I lost a lot of the crap I was talking about, which I didn't plan any of this stuff that I was talking about, I just freaking talk, but I was in the middle of talking about that fork enduro that I did around here, and finished the trail and didn't get to say everything I said the first time. So I'll spit some of that stuff out if you want to hang around and listen to it. If you live near the QC and maybe you would want to do something like that, because they have 2 options for you. I've only done it once, and I don't know if I'll do it again. It was fun. If I did it again, I would do the second option. Okay, QC Fork Enduro. It is normally, or probably always, held around the fall time, I think. I've only done this once, this years ago, a few years back. So I might not be 100% on this, but it was, I think, 6 total trail systems around this area. You hit them all in one day, and you ride your bike the whole time around the trails and on the road. I think it's 40 miles of trail and 60 miles of road, so 100 miles total. All right, I'm going to talk going uphill. You guys are probably going to hate it. But for the other option of the enduro, it's called the dirt enduro. And instead of doing the whole thing and riding all the road between, you just do the 6 trail systems. So you roll up to the first one, ride your bike, drive to the next one, ride your bike at the next trail system, drive to the next one, ride your bike there. That's more of a chill day. That's just a day where you're hitting all the trails in the area and you get a little break, driving your car, having a little snacky snack. If I ever did it again, I'd probably just do that one. If you stuck around for that information on the fork enduro, the QC fork, thanks for listening and making it this far. You know, I think I'm just gonna fall over somewhere up here, stay here for the night. I mean, just let somebody know that I'm somewhere on the upper section of the South Loop. Peace.